What's up, guys? Zamos555 here. I don't know why I did that intro. I was just trying to do something stupid. Anyways, coming to you guys with a deck profile. Haven't done one in a while. Well, I did my psychic deck last, but guess what stuff showed up in the mail? X-Sabers, yeah. So I finally have the deck built. This deck's so good. My build's a little techy though. Like, you know, most people run stuff like Mind Control, and I've seen some people running double Tenki. I don't think double Tenki's that great. I mean, you don't really want to clog a bunch of Boggarts in your hand. The deck already has so much search power anyways. Yeah, anyways, I've been playing the deck a lot on Dual Network. I'm probably excluding times I've quit because the opponent doesn't respond or something like that. I think I'm like 100 wins and maybe 18 or 20 losses or something with it. So, I mean, like, it's got a really good ratio. I mean, that's what is that? I suck at math. 5 and 1? Is that a 5 and 1 ratio? That sounds right. Yeah, that's right. Math with Zamos555. Join me every day for. No, seriously, I suck at math. Anyways, yeah, I've been playing the deck a lot on Dual Network. I love it. It's so good. It's got a great dragon matchup. The only deck it's got kind of a hard matchup against is obviously Evil Swarm can be tough if you can't get over Ophion. But I mean, that's honestly not just Saber's problem. That's like every deck's problem. Like, stupid Evil Swarm's just, I don't know, the deck needs to get hit. Which I will be doing a ban list discussion video when I'm finished my semester. I have 2 more weeks left, guys, and then I'll start doing some more videos, hopefully. Anyways, might as well get things started here. We're 2 minutes into the video. So yes, this is my X-Saber deck that I've been testing a lot, and I'm loving it. So I'm running triple Faultroll. I think you have to run triple Faultroll. I tested 2 on DN, and I mean, like, you don't want to open like 2 of these. Like, it's pretty clogged. But opening 1's really good. I mean, generally you open up with a Boggart Knight and like another monster in your hand. So ideally, opening with Faultroll just makes your first turn plays really, really good. He's just such a broken card. Like, he's essentially, I'm just gonna move the camera here. There we go. He's essentially your power play card. Now, what that really entails is that you know, you drop this guy and you usually win. You drop 2 of them and you're probably gonna OTK. I also like 3 as well because it's easier to get the loop off with Ragigura. And, you know, I also like getting this guy soon because if he dies, then if I have Boggart, Ragigura in my hand late game, it's even better because you just grab Faultroll back and go off all over again. So, next up, I'm just going to flip things around here. Next up, we have 3 Boggart Knights. Sorry, these are in new sleeves, so they're, I just lost half the deck. So they're really, really slippery. But yeah, triple Boggart Knight. 2's just not enough. Like, I mean, essentially you could be like, okay, I'm going to run 2 Tenkis and 2 Boggarts, but then if you like, oh, I had a weird hand where you open like double Boggart for some reason, and then you draw Tenki's dead late game, it's pretty terrible. The only other target in the deck that Tenki can grab is Ragigura, of course. Now, he's actually probably my favorite card in the deck. Like, he's just such a good card. But Boggart just sets up your power plays, and he lets you go Faultroll as soon as possible, which is obviously really important. Hopefully I didn't mess this up too much. These sleeves are super slippery. Got some nice white player's choice. 3 Darksoul. Yeah, 3. I'm not going to say anything about that. He's the searcher. The deck did get hurt when they changed the ruling on Darksoul and made it so he only searches once. But generally, you can just set the graveyard so you have like 2 Darksouls and you win. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I was running triple Emmersblade, but I just cut it down to 2. I just found that 3 is just like, you open up with 1, you're set. You open up with 2, it's just like, ah, it's so dead. I mean, this does get you to Darksoul faster, but to be completely honest, if I was going to run anything over a 3rd Emmersblade, I'd run a Hamster. But the one thing I don't like about this guy is there's still a lot of monster destruction in this game, and setting this guy as good as he can be, like, I still think, as you guys know, I think Battle Searchers are good. Like, in my Inzectors, I prefer Tomato over Armageddon Knight, or sorry, over Summoner Monk. But, yeah, I still feel like Battle Searchers are good. It's just you don't want to run too many because then you just kind of clog your hand up. And I've just found from testing, like, 2 is just that good number. Same with Fulhelmknight. I've seen a lot of builds topping that are running 3. I can't personally imagine running 3. I feel like it's a great card. It's got a good effect, but if anything, it's only good against certain decks. Like, you know, okay, it's good versus, like, Light Sworn if they set Raikou. That's good. Which, if you guys didn't know, the weird ruling with this is if you kill Raikou with this guy and he kills this, it just specials back, which is really bizarre. But Yeah, I just feel like 2 is really all you need. I mean, you're running 5 tuners altogether, and you don't want to get a handful of cloggy tuners. And if you need to get to this quickly, I was running Rhoda, but I ended up kind of just, I don't know, it wasn't that important. But I mean, if you want to get to it quickly, you do have Emmersblade, you have the searches up Darksoul, etc., etc. So generally, you can get it pretty easy. Next up is 2 Pashuul. As you guys can see, I have 1 super. I need another one. By the way, I'm trying to bling this out, so if anybody has like Alti Darksouls for sale for cheap, and 2 to 3 Secret Emmersblades for cheap as well, that'd be sweet. As far as I can see, Alti Darksouls are going for about $4, and then the Secret Emmersblades are about 6 or so. So, I mean, if you guys want to work out a deal, if you have anything, just PM me. Pashuul is great. Never run 1. I've seen some builds running 1. I mean, he isn't the best thing to draw, but you know, running him at 2 just makes it so you can run Reinforced Truth, which is a fantastic card. You know, it saves you from OTKs. It saved me many times from being OTK'd. Your opponent goes to swing with like a bunch of monsters. You just activate Reinforced Truth and special. Monster can't be destroyed by battle in the battle phase, which is really, really powerful. I just think 2 is a good number because you ideally want to open a Faultroll, a Boggart Knight, and a Pashuul. That's the best opening hand because you got a Hyunlai, you got a Faultroll, special something back, and you also can overlay for like Photon Bouncer or M7. So like lots of cool plays. Another monster, you got the 1 Airbellum. I think personally you need to run him. And one of my favorite cards in the deck is Ragigura. I've seen some builds not run him because like, oh, he sucks, he's okay, I might take him out. No, you have to run this card. Not just because of the loot, because like late game this card's devastating. And even if you have 1 flippin' Saber on the field, which is very easy to do, he's just ridiculous. Like if you have Gottoms E-Call set and you have a Faultroll in the graveyard, and you draw this, or you have this in your hand from searching out Darksoul or something, you summon this. Activate spec, add back the Faultroll, and you activate Gottoms E-Call special like 2 freaking Darksouls, and you special the Faultroll, and you're just like GG. Like they just can't come out of it. And if you have Fulhelm in the grave at that point, that's 3 pops out of their hand if you don't pop the Gottoms as well, and you're getting 2 searches in the end phase. It's just devastating, devastating card. And once again, it's searchable by Tenki, which is actually pretty neat. And oddly enough, I only have 1 other spare Phoenix Chain through all my decks. So I'm actually running 2 Veilers. As you guys know, I don't like this card very much, but I feel like it balances out the deck because, especially my build's a lot faster. It's kind of what I'm aiming for, is like early game control, and then you just make the huge push. This kind of helps you early game. The problem I have with Phoenix Chain is a lot of people are running MST right now, and I mean Lance is still a great card too, but MST especially. And you know, because of Dragon's Ravine, and I just feel like this card can be really unexpected right now. So I'm running the 2 Veilers. So that's 19 monsters. We'll get on to the spells. This is my favorite card of the deck. Now some people are going to be like, right now this is bad, but this card's amazing. I guarantee, like they're sold out in Torrential right now for the secrets, but I guarantee that this card will be played once dragons go away, or at least somebody catches onto it, and that's Shard of Greed. This card is insanely good. Now, the logic behind it is that you activate it, and if your opponent's in a tough spot, they're in MST or back row. But this deck's already got lots of back rows generally. But that leaves these to sit and gain counters. Once you get 2, you draw 2 cards. So this is essentially a Pot of Greed that you can run 3. You just have to be patient and wait 2 turns. Now with this deck, this is a very stally kind of deck. That's not a problem, especially with your traps to stop effects and stuff. I've opened like double of these and then drawn like 5 cards in 1 turn, and your opponent just like scoops because you've drawn like double Faultroll and like a Gottoms E-Call and just a bunch of garbage. Like it's just, you basically just wreck your opponent. I guarantee this card will eventually get caught onto. It's just I don't see why people aren't playing it now. So I decided to pick up my playset. I got 3. You can buy them right now. The battle pack ones are like $1, but I bought the secrets for like $2, and they're already sold out in Toronto and going for $4+. So I think people are finally catching on how good it is. It's especially good in stun decks, which I think after dragons die, the game might slow down a little bit. It's also really good against water, surprisingly, because if you open like a bunch of them, water has to pop the face up, which generally will be the greed, and then you're just like, okay, I'm in a good spot. And you know, a lot of times water will pop the set monster, and with this deck, you know, rarely you're gonna have an Emmersblade set. It's usually gonna be a Darksoul. So 2 Pot of Duality just adds consistency. I don't like 3. I don't think you need it. That's weird. And then 2 MSTs. You'll see why I'm just running 2 and not 3. I mean, this deck has one of the best synchros ever made for hitting back rows, next to Barkion. So I guess 3 of them, actually. But Hyunlai is just ridiculous. Sorry for the long deck profile, guys. I just really want to talk about this deck. Just one Tenki. Like I said, you have 4 targets, so just the one's good. Just have a little bit more consistency. I was running Tenki and 1 Rhoda, but the thing I don't like about Rhoda is like if you draw Pashuul and then you Rhoda into like another one if you need it or something, then, or even if you draw like Reinforced Truth, then you're in a really bad spot. Like you can grab Fulhelmknight, but I just found the card was never really necessary, so I just took it out. 1 Book of Moon, really good with Fulhelmknight and Darksoul. I would actually, if I wasn't running the Shard of Greeds, I would probably run another Emmersblade, a Mind Control, and 1 Econ, but or Rhoda again. But I mean, I just feel like Shard is just too good. So that's 10 spells. So one of the traps, just 2 Gottoms Emergency Call. I usually have been testing 3 a lot, but I find it like clogs opening hand, and you really don't want to open like opening the hand of like a Faultroll and like double Gottoms E-Call is just like scoop, like you win, I can't come out of this. So I decided consistency was a lot more important, and I decided to drop out the Gottoms E-Call and the Rhoda, and I actually added in 2 trap stuns. This has been testing really well. Basically, you just flip this, and then you do your Hyunlight play, and unless they have Valor, they're pooched. And like I said, a lot of people aren't actually running Valor right now, and a lot more people are just running like Max C. If they want to max you in that case, they just draw 1 card. They draw 2 if you have the Boggart Pashuul play. But it's just like super devastating. Trapston's also great. I mean, I like it better than 7 Tools because as good as 7 Tools is, it was a lot better when like Judgment and Warning and stuff was more prevalent in the format. At the point it is now, we have to worry about, cards that are chainable. So, I mean, yeah, 7 Tools is better in that sense because, say, if they activate Raigeki Break and then chain Return from a Different Dimension to my trap stun, I'm in a bad spot. But if they don't have something to chain and they just activate, say, Return from a Different Dimension or Torrential or something, I just go trap stun, and you just keep going, and they can't do anything. It's just such a good card, especially in this deck because this deck has a heavy storm. 2 Mirror Force. It's going to go through the last cards really quick. Compulsory. Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Torrential Tribute, Solemn Warning, and then the last card I've been talking about is Reinforced Truth. Really good chainable trap. You just activate it. Special summons level 2 warrior from your deck. So essentially, you just grab the Pashuul in defense position, and you're in a good spot. So it's really good if you like have say Boggart and a Faultroll in your hand, and you want to drop the Faultroll. You just basically flip that up in their end phase, and then you're good to go. Because it says you cannot conduct your battle phases for the turn of the card's activated. So if you activate in their turn, then that effect doesn't matter for yours when you draw, so it's quite good. I'll quickly go through the extra deck. 1 Gottoms, my favorite card in the deck. This guy, you just pop cards in the hand. People get so salty, that card. I think I've only got a loop off maybe 3 times out of the like 100 duels I've played. But he's just... yeah, he's too good. Even if you just pop like 2 cards into their hand, you can win games just by hitting that 1 right card. Like a Dark Hole or something. It can just be devastating. Another thing I love about this deck is it makes level 8s really easy. So I have Crimson Blader. Now, I mean, ideally there's other 8s I'd like to run in here, but there's just like not enough room in the extra deck. I'm running all the stuff that I find I use the most. Scrap Dragon and Stardust. I mean, other candidates that could possibly be ran is Colossal Fighter and Thought Ruler Archfiend. So, I mean, if you want to test those out, you totally can. For 7s, I'm running Sauza. I do not run Black Rose because Boggart Knight cannot synchro for anything except for a X-Saber monster. So this actually doesn't work in that situation. But it's not really that bad because this guy's actually quite good. You don't make 7s very often. Ideally, the most you make is like 6s, 5s every once in a while, and quite a bit of 8s. So it works out quite well. Best card in the extra deck is Hyunlight. This card is insanely good. Basically, and a lot of people don't know how to play against this deck. That's why it's so good. Is you summon this, and on summon you target 3 of their back rows, and then you destroy them. Now a lot of people don't realize this, and they'll see it like hit the field, and they'll go like Phoenix Chain on the summon, and you're just like, all right, target that. So the other stuff other than the Phoenix Chain, and then you just go like Book of Moon it, or you flip up your Compulse or something like that, and you just get the Hyunlight off the board, and you end up going like plus off of it, especially if you went with the Darksoul and like Fulhelm play. It's just huge. So she's the best card in the deck, hands down. I think it's a she. Maybe it's a he. I can't tell. It's a dude, chick. It's like Honest. Nobody knows. 1 Barkion. The 6s I run. For 5s, I have Catastor and Nappies. Generally, I don't make Catastor that much because the deck actually has its own Catastor and Sauza. Sauza is actually really, really good. But He's just there. Most of the time, Bark or a Beast is the card I make the most out of 5s. So for XYZs, I'm running 5, so it's 10 synchros. M7, this is the best card in the extra deck, honestly. You do Boggart Knight, Pashuul, Special Faultroll. You synchro for Hyunlai, pop their back rows, or one back row, so it doesn't matter, whatever it is, especially after your trap's done. Use Faultroll's effect to special summon back Pashuul or Boggart or maybe a Darksoul, whatever's in your graveyard, Fulhelm, doesn't matter. And then you overlay the Faultroll and the Hyunlai for M7. You can detach the Faultroll and then just add it back to your hand, and the next turn you're good to go all over again. Ideally, the other option is you can just make a bouncer and end with a monster with a bouncer on the field. This is really powerful play too, especially because you're going to plus off the Hyunlai. So he was actually the last card I added in, but I decided he was too important. Maestroke, just 2 Boggarts, gets over Ophion. For our rank 3s, I have 10 Tempo. This is now to Ophion as well, and some of the really weird Sync or XYZs that are coming out recently that have really stupid effects, like that one that Heraldic one that jacks a monster and then uses. It's probably going to get limited or something, I guarantee it. It's been used too much. And then Maestroke. I was running Invoker, but I just found I never brought it out. It's just kind of useless. So, anyways, guys, sorry for the long deck profile. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked my explanations of everything. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. I will answer them as soon as possible. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace!